Well, welcome back to another episode of another issue.
Another issue. Do you want to settle on issue?
Yeah, I think for Comic Con it should be issue. I mean, we do a lot of shows, and usually all beginnings are kind of made it where just welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. But yeah, this one's gonna give a little extra flavor of welcome back to issue 30 of Comic Corner. Mm-hmm. If you guys don't know what Comic Corner is, it's just we like comics, so we pick them up, we read them, review them for you guys, tell you what's good, what's not. Yeah. And we try to push you on a trade back that we think everybody should read. Yeah. And sometimes we bring you a little bit of news. And at the end of the episode, we bring you the list for tomorrow's comics. Mm-hmm. I'm Tony, and this is
Robin.
All right. Weird set of news. I don't know if it's like really big in comic community. Yeah. Because usually comics and pop culture and gaming kind of all go together. Yeah. Like comic shops, you go and play cards. I'm a big trading card game fan. Yeah. And I know sometimes you like the living.
Yeah, I like the living card games. Yeah. They're specifically from one company. But I really like those, and I play a lot of tabletop stuff like Warhammer. Like
yeah, so about. I mean, kind of goes back on. Yeah, and we're Hellboy fans.
Yeah, of course.
I wish I could have like a big old Hellboy poster somewhere in the back of our art wall. I'm working on it. But Hellboy announced that they're gonna have a board game. Mm-hmm. So what kind of board game are we talking about, Roman?
It looks like a board game actually. That's like I don't know if anybody knows about it, but it's called the Walking Dead All Out War. What it is it's basically a board game, but there is actual little pieces. So you're gonna get a little Hellboy miniature, kind of things like that.
I like toys. I like collecting little. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's with Mantic, and if you know who Mantic is, they're a big tabletop kind of player in that kind of genre.
One of the big companies.
Yeah, they're one of the bigger companies. So it's really cool that they're taking on something like this, and yeah, it's basically just. This is a quote. Hellboy has a great cast of characters, diverse locations, and legendary monsters from the pages of folklore and myth. And that's from Ronnie Renton from the Manic Games CEO.
I mean, it does have a lot of good characters.
Oh, yeah,
the art, Mike Mignogna's art is crazy good.
Yeah, and apparently they're working with them to actually do the miniatures. Yeah, so he's gonna have a really big hand on the art design of it. And I want to see how big.
I bought Monopoly just for the little Mario figures. I don't even play Monopoly.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, one sold like chess pieces. Yeah. The Batman. I bought it just for the Jokers.
Oh yeah.
And I recently bought the Super Mario Brothers chess set just for her.
Oh yeah.
I like playing chess and all, but kids kind of get into stuff and he starts taking pieces. I was like, I want that big old Palliser King.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on board with this. I mean,
I'm super on board.
We played like Lord of the Rings and what was that, Starfire or Firefly?
Oh, for the Firefly. Oh man, yeah. Nate, buddy, we love you. But geez, that was a hard game to get.
I hope that's not the case with this. I hope it's not a long setup. Yeah. Because the reason we didn't like Firefly is because it took like 30 to 40 minutes to set up.
It was okay. The setup was supposed to be like 30 minutes. It took us like an hour to get it.
Yeah, because we're not smart like the average bear.
And then first of all, like we only played it twice and we never got to the end. No matter what, we never got to the end of an actual game.
Yeah, it started losing its fun the longer it went. So, hey, I'm hoping this is like a good average timing game. Yeah. And the figures, I'm sucker for that.
And it looks like it's a box game, so it looks like everything you need is in there. And usually those don't take a lot of setup time. Yeah. But I will be getting at least one copy for myself as well as here, just because I want.
We'll review it. I mean, we do a lot of things like that. We open a lot of stuff and review and shit. Yeah. People like seeing what's in the box before they buy it.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm trying to get to? Where we get it early. That would be great.
That would be great if we could actually get like comics a little bit early, but that's a little frowned upon, especially with Diamond.
Oh yeah,
they don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they don't like. You have to be like in deep with the Marvel and DC. Here, if you're
you actually get them directly from them, which is another big feat into itself, but.
Hey, we're working to get there. But talking about comics, let's get to some real good comic news.
Yeah, actually, all of this is from CBR, and it looks like there is the new Flash War. Of course, we're talking about Flash War. It's going to be one of the upcoming events for Flash. It looks like they're teasing that Impulse may be coming back. If you don't know who Impulse is, he was a villain, I guess you could say. He wasn't a villain. He did kill people, technically, but he never really saw himself like that. It's one of those things. But
it's one of those that if you believe you're a good guy, you stay a good guy kind of stuff.
But Impulse is coming back, and it seems pretty interesting.
Maybe.
He could become.
He could be. Yeah.
But Flash Wars is looking really cool. I'm actually super excited for that.
If you're a Speedster fan, something you gotta pick up.
Yes, sir. And moving on to some more CBR news. It looks like Gail Simone is going to write another Domino series for Marvel. Now, Gail Simone, I don't know if you know who that is. She was a really big writer for DC at time around 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. She wrote one of my favorite series with a whole bunch of different like B-list, D-list type of villains called Secret Six. People like Catman, Bane,
the leftover delinquents. Isn't that something like a spark the Suicide Squad style?
Yeah, well, actually, the Secret Six was supposed to be like the original Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad, as you know, now it has Harley and it has a whole bunch of other characters.
But it's supposed to be like Seed.
But back in the 80s, when it was written by Ostrander, Tom Ostrander, I think his name is. He wrote this he had the first Suicide Squad run, and it was just like these ragtag guys. Deadshot was in there, I believe. Mr. Boomerang.
Yeah, so kind of
or Captain Boomerang. I'm sorry.
Some kind of like we have now, but without Harley and who else would be a big name?
I don't read Suicide Squad. I'm not a big fan of the new Suicide Squad.
I think Harley's like the biggest name coming out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. What's it? Killer Croc is in there as well. But as for this, she wrote Secret Six back in about 2007 or so. It was a really good comic with a whole bunch of D-list kind of DC villains. It was really, really good. And she's written some other stuff she has written for Marvel in the past. And apparently she's going to take Domino. If you don't know Domino, she's an X-Men. She should be on the X-Force team. She has like a luck kind of thing. Yeah. It's like bad luck, I guess.
She's the one that's painted white with the black eyes.
Yeah, with like black around her eyes. But apparently she's going to take it in a little more adult kind of way, which is something that Marvel doesn't do very often.
I mean, I know her from Deadpool.
Yeah.
And Deadpool, she got pretty out there. So. Yeah. Let's see what she does with it. I mean, Domino's is one of those characters that people don't really know about. Mm-hmm. So, let's see what...
But she actually says, like, there's a statement from Gail Simone. She goes, my favorite characters are always the unpredictable ones that with Domino you literally never know which way the dice are going to roll. I love her and can't wait to show her best bad side. So, it looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to be Greg Land, at least, is on the cover. So that's pretty cool. We'll see how that turns out. I'm interested in number one. I'm not a huge Domino fan, but maybe Gail Simone could turn me around because I like her writing.
I'm alright with it.
Yeah, and our next story again from CBR is Tom King teases that he's going to be writing Booster Gold for something. And this is from an actual tweet. He goes, working today on a new number one for a secret thing I'm not allowed to talk about. Not even sure I'm allowed to say I'm working on it now. Just in case, do me a solid and don't read this tweet. And then somebody had said, every time a writer or artist tweets something like this, I'm 10,000% certain it will finally be Booster Gold. Well, you won't hurt my feelings this time. So apparently there has been some stuff, and there's also some other tweets that kind of go into it. But
well, I mean, Booster Gold was coming back with that Earth M thing, right? Or what is it called?
It's the New Age of Superheroes. I think he's coming in with that.
I thought he was coming in with a Static Shock wave.
No, he's not part of Milestone.
No.
He wasn't a character. He was a character from way back when.
I'm not a big fan of Booster Gold. I know him because of the stuff I've read from the Blue Beetle, but other than that,
well, the whole thing is like he's like a super unlikable type of guy, but he tries because what he does is everything that he's selfish. So everything he does is for himself, but he does realize like every once in a while he's like, oh shit, I gotta really have to watch out for the time stream.
That's right. He's a future dude.
Yeah, he's from the 25th century, I think.
Yeah, you can't mess with the timeline.
Yeah, exactly. He was most recently in the Action Comics. He's with Superman on Krypton, so we'll see if he actually gets some clout there. But going on to our last story, this is again involving DC. Brian Michael Bendis is now officially a DC Comics writer, and there's some pretty cool artwork here with him over the super old DC logo, which I like the the stamp. I fucking love that.
Oh, the 4-star one?
Yeah, that was so good. But yeah, he's basically saying, this is a tweet from him. It says, Daniel Craig voice, Agent Bendis reporting for duty. Today is the day I'm officially a member of the DC Comics family. I'm still working on my last Marvels because December is not my friend. And if you didn't hear, he had an actual serious battle with, I believe, a staph infection. It was a staph infection that actually
almost killed him.
Yeah, so staph infection is no joke, people. But apparently he is out. He's feeling much better, and he continues. Thank you all for making this surreal journey so much fun. And he credits what's his name? Oming. I forget his first name, but pretty cool. He even has like some DC official stuff where he's walking into the building, and it's really cool.
Yeah, you gotta follow his social media to see all that.
Yeah, which I do.
I mean, he's gonna start writing Superman, right?
It's rumored he's gonna be writing Superman. It's been all but confirmed officially by DC. That's the whole thing. Is everybody knows he's kind of on Superman, but of course they're not really saying for sure.
Well, we'll keep an eye on all and see for that stuff.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the news. We're going to get into our honorable mentions. Let me get right into it, people, because we have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So, honorable mentions is Rise of the Black Panther #1, written by Evan Narcisse and drawn by Paul Renaud.
This just read like what I think the movie's going to be like.
I don't think so. No? Just for the fact that in this book, it's not really about T'Chaka, it's about T'Challa. Or not T'Challa, it's about T'Chaka, which is his dad.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, in the movies, in Civil War, you saw that T'Chaka died in like a terrorist attack in T'Challa's arms. So it's not exactly that. This is going a little more towards...
Well, I thought the movie was going to have a little bit of before then... So whatever there is in the
It is, but in this one, T'Chaka...
Let's go like that.
Has something that doesn't fit with the movie. So it looks like it's going off of like actual comic stuff. Okay. My only problem with this is that they're starting to like make Wakanda and the people there kind of not important. My biggest problem here is... Basically, in the old way, in the old comics, Wakanda and the Black Panther and all them were technologically advanced more than America was.
Yep, they had the secrets that...
Exactly, and they did it all by themselves. That's what made them special, is that they're a self-built kind of country that has gotten to a point which kind of eclipses America. In this one, it seems like they're reaching out for a lot of help, which I think kind of... takes away some of the specialness of what they were.
I mean, it's a #1, so
we'll see. But it is pretty good. It's at least worth a read here. But our next one is going to be Rogue and Gambit #1, written by Kelly Thompson and drawn by Pierre Perez.
Oh, I love this comic. So this was almost my pick of the week. And it became almost pick of the week to an honorable mention, because if you guys don't know... like the nostalgia feeling of the 90s cartoon where Gambit and Rogue were a thing, and that's what it is. It's a romantic are they not couple things, and they're like,
it's a rom-com.
Yeah, okay. Gambit wants her back, and she went through something where she's broken again. Yeah. And he's like, you were never control your powers when we were together, so what does it matter? It's the whole him trying to get her back. Yeah. Meanwhile, the X-Men have to go do some kind of mission, which is a dating couples mission. I was like, okay, but it's good.
There's a lot of laughs. I'll say that. I'm not like too stoked on like where it goes from here. I'll kind of read it, just see where it goes, but I'm not excited about it.
Super Friends kind of might open my eyes a little bit to comics like these, where they don't have to have everything. It's a good read. Yeah. It's a good read. And then they mentioned Deadpool there, and I was laughing my ass off for a little bit.
For me, it was just like it's funny, and that's really all it is. Like at least with like you refer to it as Super Friends, but the Batman stuff that's been going on, like it's a rom-com, but it's handled very. It's handled, I think, better in a way that I want to keep reading that, because I want to see what those characters think about each other.
You're right.
In this one, it seems more like a rom-com, where it's like all laughs, and there's a few little hints of like what's going on.
The thing is that I'm more invested because I really like the characters.
That's true.
Gambit is one of my favorites. Yeah. And Rogue, you can never go wrong with her. So I'm invested in it because I picked up every single Gambit comic that's come out.
Yeah.
And it all ends bad because they're trying to make him a romantic thief and stuff like that. He always needs a girl by him. And they finally give him the perfect one. So that's why I'm invested to it. I'm invested. I'll be like, okay, this could be actually really be a good Gambit book because he finally has someone that I know. Because usually the girls that give him, I was like, who's that?
Okay, fair enough.
That's a good one. Just pick it up.
All right, and our next one is going to be Giants #2, written and drawn by the Valderrama brothers. This is actually a really good comic. I like it a lot.
I like this little series. If you guys, this is issue 2, so at the end of issue 1, you find out that the brothers kind of split up.
Yeah.
And one was left in the underground city, while the other one was thrown into the, what would we call it, Earth? Land?
To the surface world.
Surface world, there we go, that's what I was thinking. And you just see the battles between the difference of the underground and the surface.
Yeah.
Because the surface has the monsters and the giants and how people deal with it. While in the underground you have everybody running around.
You don't have giants, but you have monsters in the form of bad people.
Yep, and you have the whole gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And each of them are living in different ways now.
Yeah, exactly. It's really cool because, of course, you always see the brothers' story. There's always one that goes good and one that goes bad. And you're seeing that split now. And I want to see what happens if these kids are going to stay that same age or if they're going to start skipping ahead years and stuff like that.
It was good, though.
But yeah, it's really
good. And it gave you a taste of the Giants, actually, too. Yep. And I was like, oh, okay.
And that's it for our honorable mention. So go pick those up, guys. But as far as our in-depth reviews, our first one is going to be Superman #38, written by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason and drawn by Sergio Davila.
This is going to be the last of the Super Sons series?
Yes, there's one more, but it's more of an epilogue.
Yeah, more of like just sum it up and
and then move on from there. But it is very interesting the way that they chose to end that series. Because for the first 3 parts, you've been seeing like, oh man, Tim Drake's kind of a dick. And like, you don't want him around. Like, he's just a bad kind of guy. So in this one, he kind of shows his true colors.
Well, it started from the last issue where he was trying to redeem himself. He put on that whole different costume, and he's like, okay, Tim Drake. And
he's the savior now.
Yeah, he's the savior and all that. And so, I mean, this just goes through the flow. He's like, okay, I want to redeem myself. Yeah. And you have a little bit of Jonathan,
Jonathan.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, figure stuff out.
Yeah, and it's just an interesting way to kind of think, and it leaves it open for more to happen with Tim Drake as a player in the universe, which is
weird because the ending is like, okay, the ending was more like, let's shut him off, but they're like, nah.
They basically don't want to get rid of that Tim Drake because they don't have a Tim Drake in our world right now. So they want a Tim Drake to kind of pull strings here or there and make things interesting.
That's right, because
in Detective Comics,
who's running Titans? So I know Damian's running the Teen Titans, but Robin always runs.
It could be Nightwing, Dick Grayson.
Can be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's good, guys. They close off the series pretty decently.
Yeah, it was interesting. It leaves it open for him to be a player, but really interesting.
Yep.
But alright, our next one is going to be Batman and the Signal #1. It is written by Tony Patrick and drawn by Cully Hammer. Cully Hammer is a really good artist, by the way.
There is good.
This one it's good, and it's a good first issue. It's plotted by Scott Snyder because, of course, this is kind of a fallout of Metal. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't show you anything about Metal.
Which is weird because it's tied into the Metal tie-in, right?
Yeah, it says out of DC's Metal or whatever the hell. But the thing is, it's interesting to see this character because this character's been around for a while. He's been in Scott Snyder's run since.
Was it Batman Incorporated?
No, it was Batman and the New 52, written by Scott Snyder, but it was a story arc called 0 Year.
Oh, that's right.
And he met this kid. His name is Duke, as you can see him on the cover. And he has gone through phases because he was a kid when Batman met him.
Like he meets all kids.
Exactly. And then he grows up and he has a part to do with another Scott Snyder thing called Endgame. And in Endgame, that's where Joker comes back, and he's just not playing games anymore. He's just gonna take over everything. It's really cool, but super creepy and violent. Like super violent for a Batman comic, like more than normal.
Yep.
And
because he's like, I'm done playing with you.
Yeah.
That's when he was starting to fall out of love with Batman.
Exactly.
He's like, I don't need you no more.
Scott Snyder said like the death of the family was about love.
Yeah.
And this one was about Endgame was about hate.
Yep.
So it's really cool. He's been in all this, and it kind of touches on that here or there. But he seems to be the Batman of the day, basically. That's why it's the signal, and that's why it's daylight on the cover. It's just interesting because he's gonna have like his own rogues gallery. It looks like, and they're gonna be completely different because Batman doesn't really deal with a lot of meta humans.
Yeah, he's like. There was one of the cartoons like who guards Gotham during the day.
Exactly.
I was like, okay,
that's an easy setup for Duke. But it's an interesting read. It's at least worth a shot.
It was I mean, if you're a Batman fan.
Yeah, which I am. But next up we have Batman the White Knight #4, written and drawn by Sean Murphy.
What do you think of this one? This one, I was so passionate about the series. This one was like, It didn't get bad.
Why is that?
I don't know. Like I was reading it, I was like, the first couple of issues has been nothing but like bang, 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 bang. You're trying to get the point across. This one looked like it got to a peak and it's just coasting right before it gets to like, the really good stuff.
I don't think it was actually coasting.
No?
No.
I was reading, I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was like a super wordy comic where I was just like dozing off.
I mean, but all of them have been super wordy, so that can't be used as
the thing is
defense.
though, like that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Like they all been like super wordy, but they're captivating on the way they were writing. This one was just like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's it doesn't have the amount of action that you would like from the first three, because the first three are just like action. And this one does slow it down, but it's advancing the plot so much. Like this is pretty much like crescendoing towards the climax.
But because I like my action.
But that's the thing, is like not every comic is good.
I get it. You know, but the story is good enough where
the story is very, very good. And I thought you would like the whole part with the Hardys.
I love that, but we already knew, were the original Hardy.
Yeah.
I love it. One of the reasons I love this comic so much is they explain what happened to our Harley.
Yes.
The ones that grew up with the animation and stuff like that.
But in this one, they showed you that other Harley.
Yeah.
And how her origin was, which was sort of mirrored like the Harley Quinzel, but not a doctor, of course, but just something that just led it to it.
To be honest, I don't really care for this whole Harley, the new one, the one that we see in the Suicide Squad with the pigtails and they make
okay, here's the thing.
See, because
that Harley still exists.
Yeah, I know.
And this doesn't have a bearing.
No, I know. But in the story wise,
yes,
they gave me the Harley I like.
Yes.
So I always liked that she was super smart.
Yes.
And she knew that the stuff that she was doing was not good, but she was in love with this manic.
Yeah.
So he had total control over her. I like that.
Yeah.
The new Harley, I was like, eh.
The new Harley is just...
It wasn't deep enough for me to be like, okay.
But this fleshed her out.
Yeah.
She was kind of just like, oh, you're an imposter. Bang, she hit her, and that was it. This one, you get to know it, and she's actively trying to get the Joker to be the Joker again. Or Jack Napier to be the Joker. I actually thought it was really good because it advances the plot so much that this is like the paradigm shift.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the rest were action packed, kept you like going page to page real quick. This one it felt like a coaster. It was high level read.
Yeah.
But it just coasted. It wasn't like we're like, oh, okay, because it's setting you up for the next issue. The next issue is like, oh. What is he gonna do? Is he finally gonna turn, or is he gonna stay the same just to defeat Batman or whatever? It just, like I said, this one felt like a coast. It's good, but it felt like a coast because again, I don't really care for the new Harley.
I mean,
I have the old Harley,
I really liked the issue. I thought it was really good. I thought that this is what this comic needs. This is the paradigm shift. This is exactly where you can pinpoint what's going to happen next. Like, that's why I like the comic so much. It's just,
it's a really good comic.
But like the Harley thing, I liked it just because that gives it that character a little bit of validity.
It gives him more.
Exactly. You don't want just a one-note character. And it looks like she's not just a one-note character. It looks like there's a little bit there. Mm. And there is some stuff at the very end, including, who is it, Mr. Freeze? Oh, snap. I'm super invested in that. That got me wanting.
And it sets you up for the next issue. Yeah. Like, it sets you up really good for the next issue.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. Next one's going to be like... Oh,
it's really weird because this is almost the plot to Batman Returns, and I don't really like Batman Returns all that much, but it seems like it's sort of a take on that, which I appreciate, and it's good. So just go ahead.
It's good. It's good. I'm not saying
it's just not as much action as he would like. He likes his blockbusters. I liked it just because
exactly. This is your taste of comic. It's plot setting, it's story. Like, the whole thing with Harley, I think you actually would like it because, you're not a fan of the Harley to begin with.
Oh, no, but she's not Harley anymore, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's why I like her. She dropped the moniker, and that's all you need.
I like the whole trouble of Joker and stuff. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
But alright, that's it for the rest of our just regular reviews. This is where we get into a nitty gritty. This is my pick of the week. Yeah. This is Batman number 38, written by Tom King and drawn by Travis Moore. Alright, the reason I like this comic is because
it screams Roman.
Yeah, it screams just super wordy and okay.
Literally, I finished reading and I go, this was made for you.
Yeah.
Even though it has to do with the craziness I like of Batman, I was like, this has.
The whole thing is there is a new villain. The villain has a twist on the normal rogues gallery. But the reason I liked it a lot is just because, not necessarily because of the villain, but because of how Batman is thinking throughout this whole thing. Yeah. Because there's things that are right under his nose that he doesn't see. There's things that he's definitely... with Selena Kyle, there's like a few things where she's just like, well, I mean, come on, of course you feel sorry for this person, blah, blah, blah. But it's just interesting just to see that side of Batman, because we haven't seen that Batman. A lot of times, more than likely, we see the Bat God Batman, and we don't see the self-doubting Batman, which I like a lot.
Yeah, the whole thing about this comic, it's telling his origin story in a twisted, weird way. If people forgot why Batman is Batman, this is a good read because it tells it in such a morbid way. Yeah. And the villain, you kind of feel for him. Yes. Because you're like, okay.
Because it is a...
let's say he's a lost soul. I
mean, you really can't say much just because without ruining the whole comic. Yeah. But there's a take on Batman.
Yeah, it's like revamping. It's like getting his first year, like the Batman year one, and going...
Yeah, and there's been versions of this type of thing. There was a character called Wraith.
Yes, I do.
From way back. In the 90s he was introduced, and then he kind of got another start with, I think it was Detective... No, not Detective. Was it Detective Comics? I don't even remember. There was so many Batman series. But Wraith, if you know who Wraith is, you'll understand this comic a little more. So
it's good.
It's just my pick of the week just because it's a side of Batman we don't see, the doubting Batman.
I told them, this comic screams...
Yeah, of course.
It screams Batman fans.
Yes.
I mean, true Bruce Wayne Batman fans. It doesn't have to do with Gotham. It doesn't have to do with the villains. It doesn't have to do with... It has to do with Bruce and his way of seeing the world when it comes close to home. Yeah. And you're like, okay. It questions a lot of things. But I was like, I'm not a big Batman fan.
It puts into question what would happen to Batman in the past. What would drive him to another end? Basically.
True. I mean, we've seen that with the metal stuff, but this one's different. It's a little more twisted. It's actually really good. It's captivating. Mm-hmm. My pick of the week.
Next is Tony's pick of the week. It is Kashi. I think is how you pronounce it. Kashi the Deathless written by Mike Mignola and drawn by Ben Stenbeck.
This is action-packed, magic-filled greatness, which is pretty cool because the villain, he's supposed to be a villain.
Yeah.
The whole thing is the guy in the cover, Kashi, whatever. He's in hell with Hellboy, and they're in a bar, and they're having drinks, and they're remembering their fight, and they're like, "Dude, I'm sorry, I was."
Which
I was under. His thing is that he's very angry, and when he's angry, he does things he shouldn't later regrets.
He's a human.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, I'm sorry. He's like, I've had worse. So they're being buddies in hell, which I thought fun. It was awesome. So it's him and Hellboy. They're having a conversation in hell, and he's apologizing for the stuff he did for Hellboy. And he's like, and Hellboy's like, okay, so why are you? What happened to you? Yeah. How do you have connections with the demons and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, if you want to know, sit down and get your drink, and I'll tell you, because you have to start from the beginning so you understand everything. Yeah. And it's a really good story. It has dragons, demons. It has Baba Yaga.
Yeah, Baba Yaga.
I know it's a Lord demon from Russian.
I don't remember.
I think it's Russian. I'm not sure.
Sounds Russian.
Yeah, I think it's Russian. I think he's Russian.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And it has a lot of stuff, guys. It's just great. It's great. It's his origin story, and at the end you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I want already like issue 2 already.
Oh yeah, it's really cool just because I like that I like that the demon shows him favor, but it's favor from the very beginning with no real explanation why.
See, that's the thing though. I don't know if that's the bad guy.
Exactly.
I think it has to be a twist. That's the thing. Is that you read it and you're like, there is no black and white. The way he's telling the story of his origin, there's like there is no black and white.
Yeah.
But they name Hellboy lore where they're villains. You like Rasputin, he knows them. It's like, and Hellboy's like, I know that name.
Yeah.
And stuff like with the dragons. Yeah. In Hellboy series or Magnum, dragons are not that good.
Yeah.
But you have some demons too, which they're not good.
Yeah.
But then you're reading his story, and he's like, I'm just trying to be the best I can. Like, I was born a common person. Mm-hmm. I didn't want a common ending. Yeah. He's like, I had a gift for fight, so I used my gifts to get there, and it shows him with love and he fought, and then what happens with him when he fall in love, he has his wife his man. Mm-hmm. So you have everything to become like a great hero. Like if it wasn't for little here, little there, you would be a hero of legend. Yeah. But shit happens.
Here's my take on it, and this was my aha moment. This is basically a supernatural spy thriller.
I don't think it's a spy thriller.
It's a spy thriller. He's a double agent.
I don't know.
He's a double agent.
I think because he's already in hell though.
Well, that's because he's telling the story to Hellboy.
This reads like King Arthur.
Sort of.
It reads like King Arthur and Merlin is the.
But King Arthur did noble deeds and was the king. Yeah. He is not a king.
Well, that's the thing though. And in his deeds, he's like, I've done deeds. Yeah. I've done bad deeds out of anger, but he's done some good. I mean, the whole where he is triumphed and became a known soldier. Yeah. Was because he was doing good stuff.
No. Because that was all predicated because of a deal with the demon.
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
All right. So 3, 2, 1. We're gonna spoil this. All right. Okay. Look. No. Spoilers. Okay. You're saying that he's doing good deeds and everything, and he becomes to the highest court. He makes the magic shirt. He makes a deal with a demon to save his life, then does his dirty work for 9 years. He says.
No, but the thing is, he did nothing for 9 years but be his housekeeper.
No, he was doing things for him. He was like killing people and shit.
No, he said for 9 years.
Yes.
he was.
You honestly think when he says a demon had me do housework, he's actually doing housework. He's cleaning house. He's throwing dudes.
No, because the art shows him scrubbing floors and being around the demons.
You think that's one side?
No. But the thing is that the demons, he saw everything.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And even when his contract is up,
yes,
for saving his life, the demon goes, "I respect you. I've come to like you, because you didn't ask so many questions and you saw everything and you didn't question it."
Exactly.
But I think it was just like
you're missing a big point here. Demons aren't good.
Oh, I know.
So they are not just doing. He's gathering souls for him. He was doing other things. Yes, like that's the whole thing.
Because he didn't go back to being a knight until he broke the contract and he got the magic shirt.
Yeah, but he was still just killing. He was again doing things as a mercenary until it was recognized by the king, and the king was like, "Oh, have my daughter, and you can marry her."
No, because that was after the contract. After the 9-year contract.
But he's still doing things.
After the 9-year contract. After he broke ties with the demon, right?
Yes.
From that time where he went back into the woods.
Yes.
That's the time the king recognized.
No.
Yes.
It was after. After the deal was done, he was a mercenary.
Guys, it's good. She was coming out. I can't wait.
The thing is, I'm just trying to prove that this is a spy.
I don't think it's
because
a spy
it's what it is. Like, he's playing demons. You think that witch or that witch, whatever it is, that's telling you about the dragon, is actually doing something good.
Oh no! I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they're both.
If anything, it just shows his flaw for just being a rank and file.
I don't think you've ever watched Supernatural. Do you know anything about Supernatural, the show?
No.
Demons
I don't want to watch 11 seasons of it.
Sometimes in lore stuff, demons have fight with other demons to rise up the ranks.
Yeah, that's common.
I think that's what's happening in this one. I think one demon is using them.
And you don't think
to kill the other demons to go up the rank.
But you don't see that as being a spy.
I don't think
you don't see that as like America sends a spy to the Russian. He infiltrates the Russians, then starts killing Americans so he can get in with Russians, right? Knowing that he is doing this, it's a supernatural spy thriller. This is what this book is. I'm telling you, it's fantasy. Supernatural spy.
No, because for it to be a spy, maybe. I mean, it was more like a rogue. It felt like a rogue action, like comic.
You're thinking he's a Ronin.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that, like a samurai story style, where he's troubled.
Yeah.
But he's clouded.
He's a leaderless warrior.
Yeah, he's clouded. He has a clouded mind because he doesn't know what he's doing. He just wants to redeem himself. Because even it says in the comics, like, I want to redeem it. I didn't want to do the bad things I did. But he goes, I'm a very angry person.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And that's why it was so captivating.
It's a good comic. I'm not barreling down at that, but I'm just arguing with him, saying that he's a good guy, and he's not really a good guy. He says he's a good guy, but what is... Every villain says he's a good guy.
True. But the thing is, in a time of nights and stuff like that, but you had to be a killer or warrior.
No, that's true.
Like, if you put him in the now times, like if Mike Mignola wrote him as a now, total villain.
Yeah.
Black, white.
Yeah.
He's a total villain.
That's what's good about the comic. Right. It exists in an area of grace.
It exists in an area of warriors, and he who killed most and served his king right.
Yeah.
Was a noble hero.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. He never betrayed his king. He did his duty to his king. He became the great warrior that they wanted him. He even got prize for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until betrayal.
Yeah.
Where he blinded himself with anger. Mm-mm. Yeah, and it wasn't until betrayal when he put him back in the woods and he makes another deal with another demon.
Yeah.
Where he goes, okay, what are you gonna do about it? He goes back and settles things. Mm-hmm. All right, But again, he's like, I was clouded. I don't know, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's really good.
It's a good comic. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's a spy one. I will leave it at that. I don't think it's a spy one. I think it's like a lost hero thing.
Read and let us know what you think in the comments below.
If you think this is a spy one, hey. Well, I'm just saying the way it's in the time it's set, it's a little different.
Okay.
That's just that.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. Enough of that. We're gonna get to our trade back.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And our trade back is gonna be Avengers Disassembled, written by Brian Michael Bendis and drawn by David Finch.
Oh my god, guys! If you ever want to see the Avengers break, this is the trade back. If you ever want to be like, what would you do? It's like, what would you do? Cause do we ever win the trade back for them?
I mean,
cause
honestly, this is like 10 years old.
It reads like a thriller. You don't know who the bad guy is until close to the end. Yeah, close to the end. Yeah, but I don't want to do it. Nah. I mean, guys, it's a no comment.
It's 10 years old, so 3, 2, 1, spoilers.
All right, so Wanda, Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
They take away her kids, or her made up kids. Yeah. Which is weird too.
Yeah, this is coming out of.
Is this before House of M?
I believe it. No, this is after.
Because House of M is when they wake her up.
Yeah, House of M. This is when they had like Mighty Avengers and all this kind of stuff.
True. Yeah. Okay.
This was actually a lead up into New Avengers.
I think House of M is when they wake her up. Is they got kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
So
this is kind of a fallout.
She wants her kids back, and while doing that, she takes vengeance on Avengers for taking away her kids. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Avengers don't know what's going on because she brings back someone that's believed to be dead. Yeah. And makes a human bomb out of him, which is amazingly good.
Yeah, I really like it.
All right. And then one of the Avengers falls. And one of the Avengers falls. It kind of wakes up the other Avengers. Is like, hey, someone's attacking us. Yeah. What she uses to continue devastating them. Yeah. And it was really good. Then another Avenger falls. And the Avengers like, what is going on? Yeah. Then all the big ones come out. You're like, we all serve Avengers one. Which is cool because they go through the history of Avengers. This is a good trade back if you want to get to know the Avengers. If you don't know the history of the Avengers, it tells everything. So everybody that wore or called himself an Avenger comes up. Mm-hmm. He's like, we're Avengers, we're here to help you. Yeah. He's like, why are you guys all here? And and then he's like, boom, another attack happens. And another attack happens. It wakes them up. They're like, wait, this can't be. Yeah. And suddenly, a magic force comes out. He's like, you guys don't know who actually the villain is? Yeah. I was like, that's the only thing I hate about this trade back. The ending was so easily like that gone. Yeah. Like everything that they went through, everything that happened, all the deaths and all that could have been easily avoided if this one entity was like, oh, I'm not late. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I'm here from the beginning. Yeah. Which is sucked, but
I mean, it's just.
But the journey there.
Yeah, the journey there is good, and this immediately goes into the New Avengers, which Bendis actually started. Has a pretty iconic cover with kind of everything silhouetted and some lightning behind them, kind of thing. Yep. And this is a really big lead up. Somebody that you wouldn't think is like a big deal in the Avengers as kind of just a character, turns out to be a huge deal, and that's the reason why the Avengers kind of break up, because there is a major death. I don't want to spoil that because I think you should read it.
Yeah, you should read.
Even if you haven't read it thus far, I mean, you should have read it. It's about 10 years old.
But it's good. I mean, some people are coming into comics now because of the movies and because it became a pop culture thing to know comics. Yeah. So they don't really know this old stuff. They probably knew maybe the New Avengers. Maybe that's what people say.
Maybe, but you know what this does is
this is a history book.
Yes, just like if you've watched the first Avengers and the tone of like how there's quips between them and little barbs here or there between each character, that was pretty much the tone of that has been started by Bendis in this book. So
yeah, I like at the end he goes, what do you like about the Avengers? And each of them have a different set of time, and you're like, makes you want to go read those books too.
Exactly.
You're like, oh man, that happened.
Yep.
I want to pick it up. The only thing I don't know is what happens. Why isn't Thor in here? Because I know, is this around Ragnarok time?
No, this was around the time when Thor was pretty much thought to be dead at this time, and there was a big run that was really good but cut very short by I think it's J. Michael Straczynski is his name. He's the writer.
Just like a little bit before Aaron picked him up.
Oh, way before. This was like, I want to say almost like 8 years before he took it up. But they explain why Thor is missing in that. And this one is a bit...
Because there's some big ones that are missing. Hulk was missing in this one too.
Yeah. And there's a reason for that. This kind of picks up after Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns wrote the Avengers for a year. And who starts blowing up in there... You know the reason why he's thought to be dead, all this kind of stuff, and it's because of Jeff Johns' run. So this was kind of a fallout of Jeff Johns' run and breaking the Avengers to like completely redesign what the Avengers mean.
This broke the Avengers. Actually, this is the reason the Avengers ended.
Yeah.
It's really good. The art's weird because there's a lot of red panels that I don't like. But...
Here, the thing is...
Because I say they're in peril and stuff, so it's justified.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay. And you know what's the best thing out of this comic? Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It made me look at Hawkeye a different way. I was like,
exactly.
He's badass.
If you don't think Hawkeye, if you just find him annoying in the kind of movies and things like that, read this comic, you'll find another...
There's only two ways I see Hawkeye as a badass. Matt Fraction's run.
Matt Fraction's run is really good.
That one was really good when he was trying to get over all his demons and stuff, right? And then Old Man Logan Hawkeye.
Yeah.
That was the only time I was like, okay, Hawkeye is a real good character. This third one, because oh man, he's really good.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of like C-listers were really good in this comic.
Yeah. Bendis has a way of taking characters that you wouldn't normally think about and turning them into your favorite characters.
Because you know, I mean, Tony Stark is dealing with his own thing, his own struggles, which is really good. Cap is like, what do we do?
Yeah.
But the C-listers is what make the comic really good. Guys.
So go ahead and pick that up. I guess now we're gonna get into.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff.
It was.
But right before we get into the list for tomorrow comics, I mean, you can always join the conversation. Tell us what you're reading. Tell us if this is a spy comic.
If you thought if you're agreeing with me, I think it's what did I say? A fantasy supernatural spy thriller.
And I just think it's like a lost hero comic.
You're probably right.
I don't know what kind of genre that is. But action packed. Yeah. Just an action comic.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube /Grimworks. You can always drop a comment there. Or now you could join us on our social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search out Grimworks. You'll see us. Oh, you see a little bit of everybody.
Yep.
And now you can go back to the old times. What are the old times?
The old times, if you're like me, you're harking back to the emails, go ahead and send us an email at citypod88@gmail.com. And you know what? Before we get to the floppies, I want to talk about comics. I want to talk about something.
What's that?
I want to talk about something.
Oh, go ahead. I know it kind of goes together, the whole blending of comics and things.
We were talking about board games earlier. Let's talk about some video games. All right. DBZ, or Dragon Ball Fighters, that is called. But Dragon Ball Fighters is coming out, what, two weeks?
Yeah, I know. Enchantress is coming out for Injustice.
Injustice, so I need all the help I can get with a lot of controller stuff because I'm not very good. So I like to go to fadegrips.store and get myself some joystick grips. I also got to get some extenders because I need that for Destiny. I've been working on my sniping. Destiny 2 is kind of weird with sniping, but I'm going to try it.
You don't even know you need these things until you try them out.
Exactly.
They make a big difference.
They do. They really do.
Like what we call the controller combo.
Yeah.
The controller combo is like a rubber silicone thing that wraps your controller. I have nephews and nieces and they're always dropping my controllers. That cover has saved my controller for a couple of things already, and they're like, okay, we'll invest it.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and help us out by going to fadegrips.store and using the 20% discount code. That is capital GRIMMWORKS. That's Grimworks. Save yourself 20% off. That includes with a little bit of shipping. I always say to get the Pro/Glow mystery box. It's 4 pairs, Chew Pro, Chew Glow. Colors are always good. I should have brought my controller in because I think it's actually pretty dope.
I mean, I have a controller here. when we start recording, kind of, you know,
it all.
A lot of things kind of happen before.
But
it's good.
Go to FadeGrips.store. Again, get yourself some 20% discount using Grimworks, capital GRIMMWORKS.
Helps them and helps us.
Yes.
Alright, but enough of that.
Yeah.
Enough of that. What we do, we bring you a list for tomorrow's comics. What we do is bring you the top two, Marvel and DC, of course, right? Because usually everybody reads a little bit different.
Yep.
And then, of course, he gets the indie stuff and he streaks it down for you, so you know it's either stuff that everybody picks up, popular stuff, or stuff that we think you should be reading.
Yep.
So go ahead, start with that Marvel.
All right, let's start off with Marvel. Avengers 675, Cable 153, Daredevil 597, Despicable Deadpool 292, Gwenpool number 24, Miss Marvel number 26, Old Man Hawkeye number 1.
Oh, finally.
So that's going to be something. Old Man Logan number 33, Phoenix Resurrection Return Jean Grey number 3, Punisher number 220, cool. Runaways number 5, Secret Warriors 12, She-Hulk 161, Spider-Man Deadpool number 26, Star Wars Darth Vader number 10, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 28, Venom 160, X-Men Blue number 19, and X-Men Gold Annual number 1.
Ooh, some good comics coming out of Marvel this time.
Yep. So moving on to DC, of course, Action Comics 995. We're only about 5 more from 1,000. That's crazy. I hope they do something big for 1,000. I think they are. Yeah. But Batgirl and the Birds of Prey number 18, Deadman number 3, Detective Comics 972, Flash number 38, Gotham City Garage number 7, Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps number 36, Harley Quinn number 34, Harley Quinn Be Careful What You Wish For number 1, Justice League of America number 22, Miracle Man number 6, New Superman number 19, Ragman number 4, Red Hood and the Outlaws 18, Scooby Apocalypse number 21, which I still haven't picked up. I have to. Suicide Squad number 33, Supergirl number 17, Superwoman number 18, Titans number 19, Wildstorm Michael Cray number 4, and Wonder Woman number 38.
Ooh.
I gotta take a little sip.
Damn. So it's gonna be, see what happens to Miracle Man. Kind of want to read that Hardy and Be Careful What You Wish For.
Of course you do.
Titans, I think that's the start of a new arc too.
Possibly.
And so after the Super Sons and stuff, I'm like, okay.
We'll see.
It's gonna be a big week for comics again.
Yeah, and in Independence, I did a little slice there. Adventure Time regular show number 6, Archie number 27, Atlas and Axis number 1, which looks like a cute little story featuring like a little bulldog. Looks actually pretty cute.
Yeah, I'm a fan of bulldogs.
BGS versus BGS number 1, Grass Kings number 11, Judas number 2, Kingsman Red Diamond number 5, Millennium Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest number 2, Port of Earth, Rocko's Modern Life number 2, Royal City number 9, Saucer State number 6, Star Wars Adventures Force of Destiny Rey, Sword of Ages number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 78, Witchblade number 2, and WWE Royal Rumble 2018 Special number 1.
Awesome. I actually want to read Judas too.
Yeah.
It's one of those interesting comics that like questions a lot of things.
Yeah, I want to see what happens there.
But alright guys, that's going to be your list for tomorrow. You can always tell us what you pick up and what we should pick up.
Yes.
You guys will be like, hey, if you're left something off the indie list that's really good, let us know.
Yeah.
But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Alright, later dudes.